Marcy. I'm going to reach out to you. What time is a good time that I could speak with you so I could figure this out?
This afternoon would probably be okay. I have Tehillim at 12:30, but after that?
Okay. 12:30 till
1:30-ish, unless it runs longer.
Okay. All right, perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. We are live. You know why we're live? Because we're alive. We are not the Walking Dead. Proof is, we're here day in, day out learning Tanya. That gives us life. I'm sure I speak for many of you, if not all of you. Okay. Oops, where are we here? Alrighty, beautiful. Some treats today. Well, every day. Every day. Welcome to Tanya Today. I'm Rabbi Ronnie Fine, coming to you from Chabad Zichron Kadeshim in Montreal, Canada. It's a privilege and a pleasure to share with you the Tanya. And we share that with Michael in Germany, as he's here all the time. John also. Actually, almost all of you that come and say something are here every day. John, North Carolina, welcome. Shalom. TJ, it's very late in Melbourne, Australia, is with us. Julia, she is having a rainy day. We're also a bit, well, yes, it was a rainy day. Today's going to be a little better. I don't know if that's better. What's better? But Julia in Pennsylvania, welcome. We have Daphne having a terrific Tuesday in South Carolina. Rachamim in Houston, Texas, welcome aboard. And Gilise is in Georgia joining us. Moshe in California, welcome. Celeste, Chava in Boulder, Colorado, shalom. We have Ricardo with us in Alabama, greetings. Erica in Norway is joining us. Welcome, Erica. Joseph in cold, damp Jersey, but warm in the heart. Stan, good afternoon to you in London, England. Rusty, good morning in Texas. Leah is joining us. Heading out to work. Gonna have a great day in Florida. Rena, Boker Tov in Colorado. And who else is here with us? Gary in Pennsylvania, good morning. David is joining us in Gold River, California, while Simcha is in Florida. And is that called Holiday Florida? Is that like permanent holiday? Diane in Arizona, good morning. Jane is joining us in the Philippines. Philippines, yes, if I remember correctly. Liba and Davida are joining us in New York. Boker Tov. Daddy in Oklahoma, having a beautiful morning. Denise. Oh, thank you. In New Jersey, right? I think it's been a while since I've seen you sign in. Thank you for signing in. Grim, wonderful day to you. Perry is in Michigan. Boker Tov. Rosemaria in Colombia. Welcome. June is in Australia. Before going to sleep with sweet dreams. Washington, Dana is joining us. Sandy in Michigan is with us. Beautiful. We have Clubhousers. We have Bachia. We have Vilma, Marcy, Ada, Michael. We have Clubhousers. We have Instagrammers. Okoye Lima. Peru is with us. Alice in Baltimore. Rachel in South Carolina. Eitan has joined us. Yenta Telabenta in New York. Okay. Iran. I don't know if I got that right. Eliana. Okay, I got it. Eliana joining us. Michelle is with us. Beautiful. Alrighty. What is the hidden treasure of your divine soul? When we think about what's the treasure that I have in me, we might think that it's a certain talent that I have. Well, that's true. We'll actually learn about talents more tomorrow. We might think that the talent is unique to me, and that's my hidden treasure. But let's see what the Alter Rebbe introduces to us in chapter 42 here. And it's based on how powerful is the mind. How powerful is the mind? The Alter Rebbe says, everything that we've learned previously, and he sums it up now, if we ponder it, if we meditate upon it, in a serious way, which parenthetically I must say, I don't do this well, as seriously as the Alter Rebbe says. But the truth is the truth. That's why I learn this and continue to learn, because there's so much more to not just learn and to know, but to incorporate. And what is it that you're pondering deeply? Is God's true omnipresence, that he fills the world, all worlds, higher worlds, lower worlds, this physical world. He is the true reality of everything of the worlds. And at the same time, or more importantly, that he's looking at me individually. And he's searching within me, meaning deep within me, my thoughts, what are my feelings, and of course, my actions and my words. Just ponder that for a moment. And God's looking directly at me. Not to punish me, but to give me the opportunity that I should have implanted in my heart a sense of his presence, which that is called the fear of God. So if we meditate upon that deeply, says the Alter Rebbe, that meditation, we can at any moment during the day conjure it up. And even though it might be only a superficial reflection of that which we thought deeply into, let's say, at the beginning of the day, and we conjure it up later, it's enough that it's going to help us that in the moment when we're feeling maybe something negative, and that feeling may rise to us a negative thought, then we can turn away from it. That we don't have to rebel against God and have the thoughts that we shouldn't have, or speak that which we shouldn't speak, or do that which would be an inappropriate thing to do. And this accords with the statement that we learned previously, that Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, who was the leader of the Jewish people in times of the destruction of the Second Holy Temple, the year 69 of the Common Era, on his deathbed, he said to his students, "May it be God's will that the fear of heaven should be upon you and keep you from doing wrong, from sinning, like the fear of the presence of a human being." And as explained, and we explain again, that we all know that when there's a presence of a child in the room, we act differently, even if it's not our child, even if it's someone else's, even if it's someone I don't know. Actually, I wager a bet, excuse my expression, that if a cat was in the room, as opposed to no cat in the room, we might, act differently. Okay, let's take that back. A human being for sure. Right? We just might sit up more straight. We may just, we take notice. That's the fear of the presence of another human being. Not fear of punishment, not fear of judgment, right? Just fear of the presence of. So God is present. And therefore, that awareness will lead me to act, talk, and meditated, cogitated thought differently. Now, this is the meaning, going back to the beginning of chapter 42. We quoted, what does God demand from us? The only thing he demands from us is the fear of God. We said, whoa, that's so easy? Yeah, we said, So this is now, if we continue the verse in Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12, right? The verse continues and says that's what God demands, and to walk in all of his ways, which is interesting. In other words, the fear is in order to produce a behavior. The presence of God is in order that my thought, speech, and action should be aligned with him, meaning walking in his ways. Right? This is the level of fear that we're talking about. Again, fear meaning over here the presence of God. And therefore, this awareness, this meditation that we would do, that will then be able to conjure it up during the day, that we're in a moment that, oh, that person riled me. So we think, presence of God. Oh, the situation is giving me anxiety. Conjure up the presence of God. Let go of that. I want to just waste time now. Right? Presence of God. I'll use my time more wisely. turning away from negativity and doing good. Now, if you recall that the Talmud in its discussion said, yeah, this is a simple thing for Moses. That was the response. And the Alter Rebbe explained previously, and now he brings this full circle, is that, yeah, I mean, we're talking about the, Bnei Israel, the children of Israel. We're talking about the Jewish people, who he's speaking to. So why are you saying that it's easy for Moses? So as we concluded, because we have a piece of Moses in us. And in every generation, there is the Moses of the generation who gives us something in our divine soul that is found in our divine soul that gives us something amazing. That's called das. Das means awareness, knowledge, that we can reflect through our das and arouse in us any time the presence of God and bring that to mind, if to heart, all the more so, but at least to mind, that we're mindful of that. And that's a quality that we all have in our soul, in our divine soul. And this is the hidden treasure that we all have. The hidden treasure is the fear of God, meaning the presence of God, that we can have in our lives, and we can access it through the faculty of das, awareness. Das is to connect with the idea, that the idea is real, that it's not just a fleeting, awareness, but it is a real one, a true, real awareness that's going to affect us. It's going to make a difference. So my challenge to everybody is take a moment in your day. The mornings are always better because then you have the whole day in front of you, and the mind is more maybe open, shall we say, and reflect. Reflect upon God is the reality of all of creation. And what's important is that he empowers me personally, looking at me. And with that awareness, I know that he's present. And empowering me that I could find the hidden treasure. What's the hidden treasure? Wow, that's amazing. Hidden treasure is not a personal great quality. Oh, I'm a great musician. That's my hidden treasure. Or I'm a great, educator. Or I'm a great this, and that's a talent that I have, and that's a treasure God gave me. He gave us equally a treasure in our soul. That God could be real for us and present, empowering us that with that awareness, that truth that's a part of me, not extraneous of me, which we'll learn more about, and that hidden treasure in my soul that gives me the power to live a good and appropriate, healthy life that's walking in the ways of Hashem. What greater thing could we have to walk that path? There's nothing. Any questions, any comments, any thoughts? 2 question marks before you put. John, yeah. When a police officer pulls you aside on the freeway, right? Um, we have the fear, the fear of the policeman upon us, right? He was watching, he clocked us, right? Yeah, we've all experienced that. And so, we have and what is that in the end? So you got a ticket for a certain amount of money. That we have fear of. And there it's a fear of the punishment. The first fear is not even the punishment, it's just the fear of being caught. Actually, that was what Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai said. That when I'm doing something wrong, I hope no one's watching. So I hope the police are not on the road, clocking me when I'm, going, 30 miles over the speed limit or whatever, right? That's what we say to ourselves. And listen, we all say it to ourselves, right? That no one should be watching when I do something wrong. All right, beautiful. I don't see any questions. Unless I missed something. Beautiful, amazing. Simcha, why do some people don't fear Hashem when He has the power of life and death? Simcha, thank you for the question. That's not the context that we're speaking about over here. About God has the power of life and death, so therefore be fearful. And I think, that's how people feared God until there was Hasidic teachings, right? And, think about it, that's an immature way to fear God. That's like a child. A child, right, fears the punishment, not the wrong thing. So, when you tell your child, don't go barefoot because you might get a splinter, right? And the child goes barefoot. They don't care. They don't even care they got a splinter. The only time they care is when you have to take the tweezers or whatever it is to take out the splinter. That hurts. Take the needle, take out the splinter, that hurts. That's punishing. Of course, it's healing, something we spoke about in this week's Torah studies, which you should get. By the way, anybody that doesn't get emails from me, private message me your email, and we'll put you on the email list of, the top stuff of the week. So, again, the immature way is you don't want that which is punishing. And that's the way we are from the animal perspective. You don't want the pain. So our fear is of pain. Pain of the embarrassment that the policeman pulled you over. The pain of having to pay a ticket. right? The pain of the child having the splinter that has to be taken out. Here we're not talking about that God has life and death, of course. And therefore, that's the greatest pain, right? The opposite of life. So be fearful. It doesn't work today. We're on it doesn't work today. On the good side of it is because there's a greater truth that talks to us more. And that is what we're speaking about here. The truth is that God is present. He is creating the world every moment. He is within the world, and at the same time, what's more important to him as creator is the relationship he has with us, and therefore he wants to empower us in that relationship with the greatest gift. That's him, that he's present, that he's real. And because of that, that will allow us to walk in his ways instead of doing, things that are not in a divine way. Thank you, Simcha. Rachel, why do people fear everything around them as God will have me in its time is right? It says, Torah trust, no, right. Because, the animal soul, what does the animal soul want? Survival. It wants to exist. It wants to be. So the threat of any survival, which is God taking away my life, well, I fear that. Okay, I want to survive. I want to have a life. Okay, God, what do I got to do? All right, you want me to be charitable? Okay. You want me to pray? Okay. Right? That's without chassidus. Right? That's not full of life. That's not about connection. It's not about a relationship. It's about that I want to live. And I want to live a good life. And therefore, I need to do certain things that, God will give me a good life. So I'll do those things. But it's not the relationship I want. I want a good life. So God is the source of everything, right? Therefore, I have to come on to him. But I'm only coming on to him for what I want. And from the animal soul's perspective, that is called survival. Survival, physically, survival, psychologically, emotionally, in every respect. Spiritually, spiritual survival, whatever. But it's not about my relationship with God. It's about what I get from him, because after all, he holds the keys. So we're learning a very different approach to this. Very different approach. Again, we have to go over and over. Right? In order to make sure we get this. I hope that's clear. Rachel, you don't want to be the walking dead. So when life is transformed, I will still live. Yeah, that's what Tanya is helping us to be alive. Right? It is taking our natural instinctual way of thinking and behaving and transforming that into a divine way to think. Very different. Very different. All right, folks, you guys are all amazing. I want to thank you all. Reminder Rambam now. Yeah, being aware of God should generate fear of him, meaning that we use our free will not just to be compelled, right? Very good, Jane. Thank you. Yeah. So, yeah, Rambam coming up. A reminder that we're finishing Rambam second time together. There will be a TRC this Thursday. Make sure you come and join us. And what else? Yes, private message me for an email, so you can be on the email list and get all the good things that are, worth reading and hearing, among all the good things. I'm Rabbi Ronnie Fine, coming to you from Chabad Zuch Kadesh, Montreal, Canada. It's a privilege and a pleasure to share with you the Tanya. Have an amazing, great day. Thank you for joining.